Hello, once again, and welcome to another Heart to Heart Talk with me. I'm John Kuert, the interim pastor at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania. Thanks for joining me for these messages that come from my heart to your heart, and I hope that they're a blessing to you. Well, when we think of Peter walking on water with Jesus, we usually think what could have happened if he hadn't taken his eyes off of Jesus. And you see, as long as Peter kept his eyes on Jesus, he was able to walk on water. But when he began to put his focus on the big waves, he became afraid. And because he became afraid, he began to sink. And this was then that he cried out, "Lord, save me." Now, you might think that Peter knew how to swim since he was around water as a fisherman most of his life, but from what I get from this, when he cries out, "Lord, save me," he's desperate. He doesn't know how to swim. He doesn't even know how to tread water, and he's ready to sink to the bottom. And he says, "Lord, save me." And it says, immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and pulled Peter up out of the water. And he said, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" Now, when I think of that, I think, gee whiz, here was Peter. He at least stepped out. The other disciples, they didn't even have that little faith. At least Peter had little faith. But Jesus said, "Oh, you of little faith, why did you doubt?" And you see, as long as Peter had faith and kept his eyes on Jesus, he was doing great. But when he began to doubt and get his eyes on the waves, he began to sink. But fortunately, Jesus was right there to save Peter from sinking and drowning in the Sea of Galilee. And there's a spiritual lesson to be learned right here. And the lesson is that no matter how deep you may have sunk into your problems, whether it's a sin problem or whether it's fear or doubt, or you look around at our world today and you feel like you're being overwhelmed, you know what? Jesus is able to rescue you out of those problems, out of the depths of all you are experiencing that may be negative. And all you have to do is cry out like Peter did, "Lord, save me," or "Lord, help me." And the Lord will help you, because there's no problem that's too hard for God to handle. And you might be facing debt and feeling like you're drowning in it, and you're fearful. Turn to the Lord, and in a very practical way, turn to your brothers and sisters. And as brothers and sisters in the Lord, they should help. But there's other problems that you might be facing, whether it's fear, whether it's doubt, maybe it's just you're discouraged because of family issues, and it just all seems like it's coming in on you like the waves in a great sea, like Peter was on, with the storm clouds raging. But we just need to cry out to the Lord. And I can tell you, I'm at peace right now. I'm calm right now. But there have been times when my insides were just churning with fear and anxiety and doubt, and sometimes there were things that I knew that I was doing wrong. But you know what? God was faithful, and he brought me through all those situations. And He saved me. He saved me not only once, I think he saved me many, many times. So anyway, that's a word for you today, and I hope that it helps you. Just turn to the Lord and cry out to Him, and don't let up. Just keep on praying, and God will bring you through. God will bring you through. Well, thanks for joining me once again, and I'm glad that we have these little times of these messages, these heart-to-heart talks, and I hope that we'll see you sometime at church at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania. Also, this week we're going to be at the Autumn Leaf Festival on Friday, Lord willing, if it doesn't rain, and on Saturday in the parade. So maybe we'll see you then. In the meantime, may God bless you and be with you, and we'll see you again very, very soon, Lord willing. Bye-bye.